Hi guys. So we've all been locked down with this whole coronavirus thing, the COVID-19, and Donna and I have been doing stuff to like keep us calm and keep us relaxed. And we find that like we talk a whole bunch and we just rattle off stuff and it doesn't make any sense most of the time. So we started playing board games and stuff, and that's helped us a lot. But we're going 100 miles an hour because when you're cramped up in your house and you get this little cabin fever thing going, and your mind just starts spinning and spinning and spinning. You just start talking to each other and you just kind of go wild and stuff. But first, to get us going today, Donna's going to show us all about how we have stocked up on all of our food supplies and stuff, and you'll want to see that, so you'll want to watch that. It's going to roll in just a second here, right, Donna?
This is the pantry, and we're fully stocked with food in there. You can see top to bottom, we're full up, no problems there. And then over here in the refrigerator, down in the freezer's all stocked up. Looks pretty good. Lots of stuff in there. Good for a while. And then the refrigerator. So yeah, everything looks pretty good in there. Not too bad. Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. It's pretty good. Not too bad. I think things are gonna be a lot better now, and I think we're going to have a great time.
You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly higher than the sky, shine brighter than the stars.
Hi everyone, Carl and Donna here. First of all, just want to give a big shout out to Australia and England. We've had several viewers over the last video or two from those two countries, and we thank you for that. Do not think that we do not notice it, because we do. Also, if you like what we do and you like watching what we do, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, because that's how YouTube spreads out our channel to the rest of their algorithm. So the more likes we get and the more subscribers we get, the more we get publicized, which is what we want. We are not monetized right now. There are no plans to monetize our channel. That could happen, I guess, someday. We just like doing this. It's a fun hobby for us. So we hope you enjoy it. So hit the like, hit the subscribe. What are we doing today, Donna?
We're going to talk to you guys about our 10 favorite must-haves for RVing.
That's right. After doing this for a little bit of time, you start to get to a point where you like favorite products and you like to use those products. Donna, why don't you lead off while I get my gloves on here?
These are just our favorites. I mean, these are just things that we feel like, we couldn't live without or whatever. Everybody has their own different ones, but one of our first ones is the Moride stairs that we have going into the camper. We added a handrail to that, which some of these we'll review in person. Some of them we're gonna put a picture up for you so that you can see them. And also, I think we'll share links we'll try to share a link with you guys so that you know where to go find those as well.
Yeah, so we added the handrail. That's actually featured in one of our other videos. Yeah. They are very inexpensive, under $100, and it's a whole rail that comes down. You can see it in the photo here, and it's real easy to install. I think I put it on there in about 10 minutes. It's just takes a socket wrench or an open end, box end wrench, whatever, and you throw it on there. It comes with the nuts and bolts that you need. The holes in a Moride step above stairs are already pre-drilled for you. You just set it in there, put your nuts and bolts on, and you're good to go. It adds a lot of safety, especially if people have trouble walking, and like myself, you're getting a little older and you tend to stumble. It's a nice rail. You can grab onto it if you need to.
I'm short. I don't know if you guys have figured this out, but in order to get to the door of the camper, I have to get to the third step, which means I got to grab the handle, and then I got to actually step back a step to get the door open. It's a whole process. So the handle just gives me some extra stability as I'm trying to get into the camper.
And aren't you glad we explained that in absolute detail for you? So the next thing that we like is this sewer hose. This is
Stinky Slinky, as it's called.
This is the Rhino hose, and let me tell you what I like about this. We had the standard, what I would call cheaper hose, for a long time. We used it and it worked fine. It did the job, but all it takes is one time not watching what you're doing, and if you step on that hose, you've pretty well crushed it forever. The Rhino hose, which is more expensive, comes with end caps, which I really like. I like to be able to close this thing off as I'm pulling it away from the rig or pulling it out of the hole at the park. You close this off after you've flushed it and everything and it's clean, but you still close it off. And I like that because then you don't have stuff going anywhere. And
which is a whole nother video.
Yeah. And the other thing I like about it is that it's kind of rubberized and it kind of collapses on itself if you want it to or need it to. And if you step on it, it's very, very forgiving. It's worth the cost. I actually have 2 lengths of this just to make sure that I'm always covered, and I keep them in a tub in my rig. I have too much hose here to try to use the end bumper.
So that was number 2. Our third must-have is a 0G water hose. And please explain.
Okay, so this is the 0Z hose, and what I like about this is that it's totally flexible and it's real hard to make it kink up. And I have 2 of these. I use one for my black tank flush, and then I use one for our water supply, our water source. I marked the one we use for our water with a white, what's this, duct tape, white tape, right? So that I don't mix them up. Even though the odds of getting a back flush are kind of rare on the sewer flush. I like to keep the 2 hoses separate, but I like them because you can literally, they are so, when they're not full of water, when they're not pressurized, they are very loose and easy to just roll up, and they're very pliable, and I really like that a lot.
Number 4 is our InnoGear solar panel portable lights. And these, Carl loves these, they're LED. This particular one, are they magnetic?
No, I have modified this one and actually used some self-tapping screws to attach it to a clamp. And what I like about that is I can clamp this. It's fully solar. It lasts all night under a charge. They're about $20 on Amazon. But what I like about this, after putting it together, is that I can clamp this to the stairs on our rig, and it adds some added. Right, but it adds some added light on the ground. It does a wash on the ground. And then if you have to go out and do something with the rig, or you need to take your dogs for a walk, you simply unclamp it and you can carry it with you, and it gives you nice broad wash of light as you're walking your dog or what have you. We have about 6 of these. We have about 8 of them around our house that we use at home, and then we have several that we use for the camper.
Well, it's a dim light when it's not activated. It just casts a real dim light, very low light, but it's motion activated. So when you get close to it, it gives you a brighter light. So that's another feature that makes it really nice.
Yeah, I like it, and I like my goofy little modification. This took about 15 minutes to do this. But the idea is that it makes the light very versatile. You can use it in different applications. You could use it under the hood of your vehicle if you needed to. And again, they're very inexpensive, about $20 on Amazon. So well worth the price.
Number 5 is Carl's headlamp, which I will demonstrate while he talks about it.
Yeah, if you don't have one of these, you need to get yourself one of these. Again, the older I get, the less I'm able to see in dim light. So I use this a lot, like outside at night if I have to, again, walk the dogs, if I have to do something around the rig at night. Very handy, you know, it keeps it's hands-free, so your hands are available to do whatever you got to do. It also has 3 settings. 1 is a dim light, 2 is a very bright light, and 3, it does a strobe light. I guess that's in case you're ever in distress or whatever. You can set that off and people can find you in the woods. What else you got?
So number 6 is my favorite item, a mallet. Everybody needs a mallet. I have no upper body strength or arm strength, and I find that I'm grabbing this thing for just so many things. We stake the dog. I have some pretty little LED torch lights that we put out. I'm just constantly grabbing a hold of this thing. It just makes the job or the task at hand just go so much quicker.
And it's a weapon. But we've never had to use it for that purpose. Yeah, we both use this a lot. It's also, you can use it as a regular hammer, you can use it to stake things, etc. So yeah, it's a really good tool to have on board. You can do a lot with one tool here. It's multi-purpose. What else you got, Donna?
Number 7 is our quick connect for our grill.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll show you a photo of that right here. And the nice part about that is we're able to set our Blackstone up on a table, and we bought the quick connect hose through Blackstone so that we can connect it to our outlet on our rig. The only quirk about it, and I'll just warn you up front in case you've never dealt with it, is the Blackstone has a lot of safety features in its little regulator, and it does not like a lot of pressure real fast. So the key to it is you turn the valve on real slow. I do it kind of a nub at a time, and then just one right after the other, and just like a clock ticking. And that's how I get the gas speed going into it. That way it doesn't trigger the safety mechanism in the regulator. A lot of people get them, they flip that valve, and then they can't get it to light. So
actually it lights. It will still light. What it does is it what's it called when it gives you a lower level of heat? It's like a regulator.
I know what that is. It gives you a lower level of heat. So
it's called something.
You can't cook with it that
way. The first time I used, and just to go along with that subject, number 8 is our Blackstone 17-inch grill. And so while we're talking about it, we might as well
go into number 8. Yeah.
What I found was the first time we used it, it was amazing. The BTUs were great, and it just cooked things really, really quick. And then all of a sudden, the second time we used it, it took me like an hour to cook bacon, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. I thought we'd done something wrong. I kept checking the connection. I Googled it. Turns out that was the situation, was you've got to turn that valve on slow. So you'll still get a flame. It'll still cook, but not at the BTUs that it would otherwise.
And what's that called when it doesn't cook at those BTUs?
Really?
Okay, so sorry about that airplane that just went over. Just in case you don't know this.
Way too much time together.
In case you don't know this already, we live near the North Las Vegas airport, and we are constantly battling the plane noise. So if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother us.
They haven't stopped flying during all of this.
They just, well, there's a lot of social distancing when you're in an airplane. So anyway, so they keep flying over, and we're sorry about that noise. What's the next one, Donna?
The Toylok.
Oh yeah, here's a photo of that right there, or it could be there. Anyway, here's a photo. So the Toylok, we featured that in another video as well, and we love that thing because you can lock equipment up with it. It mounts on the bumper, at least in our case, of our rig, and it rolls out. It self-spools. And it has a padlock with it, and you loop it around and you lock it right back into itself. And it's great for locking up, like I said, equipment. We got it specifically because we have a couple of electric bikes, and we like to just leave them out. We don't like to have to always put them away. So we're able to lock those bikes up with that Toylok. Now, if somebody really wanted to get your bikes, they would figure out a way to do it. If anything, it's a deterrent, but it's a good deterrent.
It's a cable. It's a
cable that spools
heavy
right out. Yeah.
System, and we use it for our satellite dish as well. So it's it's real versatile, and it makes a lot. We used to use a bike lock, and that was just kind of a
hassle
pain comparatively.
Yeah.
Okay, so the big number 10, the big reveal is, and we have also done a video on this, is our weBoos. So when we went looking for options in terms of getting better cell phone coverage, mostly for us it's getting TV. We needed a better signal. In a lot of the campgrounds, they don't have good signals, or if there's a lot of people in the campground, you're going to find that the service is really slow. So the weBoos allows you to have an extendable antenna to extend your range. And you've got to get the antenna up above the camper a little bit so that you can capture that signal a little better.
Right.
They're not cheap. We didn't make the decision lightly. We really kind of did our research. I think that there will be some newer options out there now because we bought it over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Even.
Yeah.
But it's about $500. Did we get it at Camping World, Amazon? I don't remember where we got it. We'll look that up.
We got it at Camping World, and it's well worth the money because it boosts your cell signal on your phone and your rig. It reaches out and finds a nearby cell tower and pulls that signal in stronger. And we watch a lot of streaming video, and what we like about it is that we're able to turn our phone into a hotspot. It goes to the cell tower that's nearby through this boost, and we're able to watch pretty much trouble-free streaming video.
Yeah, we were in a place that had absolutely no bars. After we got the weBoos, we went up to 3 bars. So that's pretty significant. At least for us, it really helped a lot.
Yeah.
And then we still ended up getting a satellite dish for television because we were finding we still weren't getting as much TV as he would like.
Yeah, so those are our 10 favorite items. You know, we got to tell you one more time, stay in, stay healthy, all right? Do the social distancing thing. But also, since you're in and you're staying healthy and you're doing the social distancing, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. We're glad you're here and thank you for joining us.
Please comment. If there's any questions you have about any of these products, we'd be happy to give you some more information if you need it. Just let us know. Thanks.